Welcome back to the Split Field Podcast. I am your co-host, Dav Crocker, alongside my other co-host, Max Lee. As always, we got Brody Myers behind the scenes doing the X's and O's, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Let's break it down. Welcome to episode number 5, is it, Max? Wow, this time's flying by.
Time flies when you have fun. That's what they say.
Let's go. We got a lot to talk about today, so we appreciate you guys for joining us here. Masters have just closed up. NBA playoffs are closing in, and the Red Sox are looking fiery past few games. So what do you say we get going? How are you doing today, Max?
I'm doing great. How about you? How are you doing today on this fine night?
I am doing fine. I spent most of my day watching the Masters on my couch, so
Yeah.
nothing better than that. Just watching a little golf. Made me want to play some golf, so yeah.
It's getting to that time of year.
So Rory McIlroy goes back to back and wins the Masters in 2026 after a very close last 2 rounds here. Even though he went even the last 2 rounds, he still won, which shows how dominant he was in the first 2 rounds, going up 12 under, up 6 strokes after round 2 there. And really he wasn't good driving either, which is what shocked me. He was 90th out of 91 golfers in driving accuracy, but it was just his craftiness and his resilience to come back and just birdie every single hole, it seemed like, those first 2 rounds. Yeah, what are your thoughts on how the whole thing shaped out? What about like Scheffler, some of those guys?
So during the third day, Scheffler began his comeback. He was 12 shots behind Rory starting the third round, and then he went 7 under. And after that great performance, I think one of the greatest days any of the golfers had during this tournament, he was really in the conversation to maybe potentially win the whole thing.
He was my guy. I wanted him to win.
Yeah, no, I think he was a fan favorite after that comeback round.
Yeah, especially when you watch that second round and you're like, oh, so Rory's got it like all under control. Like he's up 6 strokes. No way he doesn't win. They're showing all these graphics like people up 6 strokes after round 2, like they all won. So it was good to see Scheffler in that third round. He looked really good.
Looked really, really good.
But just too slow of a start the first 2 days to really be in the conversation. It's crazy how you lose the Masters by 1 shot, and that shot could have been like anywhere in the tournament. I bet if I was Scheffler, I'd be looking back to a shot that I missed and just hating myself for it.
I know another.
Myers, yeah.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was actually going to talk about the same thing here. Brody Myers, our producer, loves a guy by the name of Shane Lowry.
Big fan.
Looking into the tournament, he was doing great. First 3 rounds, I think he was -9, around 4th place, looking great. Really, really strong start for him until today, Sunday, the 4th round. He shot, I believe, +8 today. I mean, it just looked abysmal from him today. 81. He dropped all the way from a -1, or he dropped all the way to -1 to end the tournament, and around 30th place, I believe. It was just big catastrophe for him today. What are your takeaways from that?
Yeah, I mean, I loved watching that hole-in-one the other day on hole 6. That was crazy to see. Great celebration from him too. He was pumped up. You could really tell. I thought that would boost his vibes a little bit. Maybe he could maintain that same energy. But yeah, today it just looked absolutely terrible. The bad thing when you're a golfer is when they're not showing your shots. Because they show your shots, like if you're doing good, you're about to eagle this, putt, like whatever. but he was, I think, the second to last grouping. So he was a big part of the start of the broadcast, and then he just dropped off. And I remember watching. I was like, whatever happened to Lowry? I didn't see him on the leaderboard anywhere. And yeah, sure enough, he was in 30th place, which he's still making a lot of money by doing that. I find it crazy how he still. I think he made like $200,000, which
Ridiculous.
is insane. How much does first place win? Like 3 million, 2 million?
Hold on.
I think it's I think first is like 2.5 million. I was just talking to my dad about it, so I should know.
They win 4.5 million.
4.5 million.
Oof.
Imagine being Roy McIlroy's caddy right now, getting 10% of that. I mean, you just had the best day of your life, except for last year. But yeah, Shane Lowry, just a catastrophe. Not a good round today. I know Brody was hoping he did well. Um, I loved seeing, like, earlier today when everyone was 10 under. It was like one guy might have been 11 under, but everyone else was like 10 under. And I was just thinking, like, oh, dude, imagine if they go into like a 7-man overtime playoff hole, because like everyone was just so close right there. I think that would have been really cool. But Rory pulled away,
Yeah.
and congratulations to him.
I mean, it was still pretty close towards the end. I think
Yeah,
two people were tied for second, 10 under.
yeah,
It would have been cool.
Scheffler and Rose, I think. No,
Rose.
I think Rose was 9 under.
Was it
I'm not
was it
sure.
the Henley? Yeah, Russell Henley.
Henley was 10 under.
Yeah, he was 10. Or Scheffler was 11 under. Russell
Oh,
Henley,
11 under.
Cameron Young, and Hatton were 10 under,
Yeah,
and Justin Rose. So I mean,
yeah. So they're all
would
they're
have been
all
cool.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
would have been cool to see. What was that, a six man playoff? I
yeah.
mean, that would
Who
have been
who's your
something.
guy going into it? Who did you want winning going into it?
Going into it, I had Rory winning it, but I mean,
Yeah,
he's kind of
Rory.
a boring guy to want to win the Masters.
Yeah, you never
I
want to root for
was
the back-to-back guy.
Yeah, I was kind of cheering for Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, I'm not a huge golf guy. Bryson DeChambeau,
Let's
I
talk.
think,
Let's talk about Bryson. I mean, that
yeah,
was terrible.
horrible from him. I mean, 6 over in the first 2 days, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because he didn't make the cut. So,
yeah, he didn't make the cut. That was horrendous performance.
and after he like criticized, like he went into it so confident, so cocky. He was like, "This course isn't even that hard." I think it's just karma.
yeah, and then
Insane.
after that horrible, what was that, triple bogey on that bunker,
Yeah,
where he,
couldn't
he
get
hit
out
it
of the
he hit it
bunker.
3 times in the bunker and ended with the triple or a double. Just shows how his cockiness took over him there.
I had a like my heart kind of skipped a beat a little bit when Rory's drive on hole 18 went far right, and I was like, hold on, maybe Scheffler could still do something here, but
Yeah.
he still got on the green with a 3 putt just to tie, so it wasn't
hmm
it wasn't as close as I hoped it would be, but a great day of golf, great tournament of golf. Um, yeah, congratulations, Rory McIlroy. We will have to be judging your dinner again next year. What you choose for those meals. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we move to
The
a
NBA.
little bit of NBA talk?
Yeah, I think we should.
Playoffs coming up.
Playoffs start next Saturday, I believe. Play-in is soon. So with that in mind, our play-in predictions for the East and the West are as follows. So me personally,
Net.
first
Hold on.
game,
So is the first game set in stone, or it's still subject to change, right?
well, the games are actually happening as we speak. I don't. That's not going to change a lot in the West. I think the West is set in stone, really. But the East,
Okay,
a
so
couple things could
so
change
if
here.
if things pan out as they should be, we'd have Magic versus 76ers in the
Yep.
play-in. Who would you
hmm
have if that was the case?
Um, I think I would take the 8 seeded 76ers here. Um, Tyrese Maxey's been playing like an MVP all season long, even with Joel Embiid out some of those games. The 76ers still look like a great team, despite some of their controversies. And the Magic, they're a little fraudulent. Did the Celtics game end today? Did they beat the Celtics today?
Brody, you got any
They
insight
lost.
there?
They lost to the Celtics today.
Oh,
Um, Banchero, I've heard it all season. People have been calling him fraudulent. I think he is kind of fraudulent, in a sense, but I think that's what will lead to this. I
yeah.
mean, this is a very, very even matchup. The Magic and
I
76ers.
I think the Sixers are a bit more complete as a team.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe the Celtics beat Magic with their C team in today, and that's
Yeah.
not a dish on any C teams out there. I was on the eighth grade C team for basketball, and we were pretty good. So no dissing on any C teams out there that's listening. Um, but yeah, we had Baylor Sharman going crazy.
Luka Garza went crazy.
Yeah, Ron
Ron
Harper
Harper
Jr. was
Jr.
going
Yeah.
going crazy as well. So um, Magic just they're not as complete as the 76ers, and I think the 76ers will win pretty easily,
Hmm.
especially with how Maxi's been playing, and that should be a pretty
Yeah.
steady win for the Sixers, who could maybe go far if they get some games swing their way. So next
Hmm.
up we have the Hornets versus the Heat in the next play.
Ooh, Hornets versus the Heat. That's a game love to watch, but I think honestly, it's going to be Hornets in a landslide here. The Hornets after the All Star break have been in a hot streak. I think they've won 2/3 of their games, 3/4 of their games. A little math there for you. But they've been looking great after the All Star break. Lamelo, Concaniple, they've all been putting up their usual numbers. And also for the Heat, Bam Adebayo. There's some injury concerns with some of their star players like Bam Adebayo. And also the Heat going into this as the lower seed, I believe. I think the odds are just favored against them, anyways. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the I think this will be a better game than the Magic Sixers.
Hmm.
But I do agree with you. I think the Hornets do squeak out a win against the Heat just with all the firepower they've been playing with. They've been playing, they've been really hot recently and been really consistent the past stretch of the season. I think there's going to be some questions with if the moment's too big for them, very young team, but
Yep.
I think they beat they win this play-in series. I don't know if they get further into the playoff bracket though.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, Suns versus the Trailblazers.
Suns Trailblazers. I think that's not even going to be a question. I think it's going to be the Suns. Um, like when's the last time you heard of a good Trailblazers team? Was it
Yeah, it's got to
Dame
be
back a
with
couple years ago?
Dame on there. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these players on the Trailblazers have never been to the playoffs. A very young
Yeah.
team. It's going to be very hard for them to now, as a young team, make it far in the playoffs, make a run in the playoffs, and I don't even think they make it past the play-in. Devin Booker, he's the man you want at the helm of your boat. Uh,
Mhm.
During the play-in, he has great experience, a star player, and I think the Suns overall are just a stronger team than the Blazers. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Blazers it'll be good experience for them. I think they have a strong future ahead of them for sure. But I think this is not their year. They're gonna come back next year. I think way better.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I do agree with you. You touched on it. Their lack of age and experience will be
Hmm.
their kind of downfall. They just don't have that one guy that they can count on as like a leader.
Hmm.
So yeah, I agree with you on that. So far, we are not split field.
We're together
Um,
field right
we
now,
are together
actually.
field right now, which is different from what we saw at March Madness.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, we have the Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors. I mean, Flight's not going to be too happy with what I predict here, but I think this will be landslide win for the Clippers. The Warriors team is just getting honestly way too old.
Yeah,
Can't rely on your 38, 39-year-old Steph Curry
yeah.
to lead a Warriors team to to the playoffs here. The Clippers will have the home court advantage, and their stadium gets loud. Um, their owner loves it. They also have a lot more depth, and they have an all-star player in Kawhi who's been honestly playing out of his mind this year, way beyond any expectations, playing like a younger version of himself here. I think the Clippers will easily win this game. What are your thoughts
I
on
got
that?
the I got the Warriors in this one.
Really?
I'm going against you here. I think I'm just scared of Stephen Curry in the playoffs. I know that any given night he can ball out for you. I get that he's, you're not going to be able to rely on him forever, but I think this might be one of the last times you can, and I think he will go out with a swing. He may swing and miss, but I think he'll definitely go out with a swing, and maybe he just hits one over the fence. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, but I do see your take in that it's going to be a good game. I imagine, um, and I hope that Flight's Warriors comes out with a dub, just for his
All right.
sanity.
Yeah.
He's been a fan for way too long.
So recently, uh, on Instagram, I saw Wembenyama at a press conference have a take on the 65 game rule that you have to play 65 games, a minimum of 20 minutes in each game. That in order so that you can be qualified for the NBA awards and honors at the end of the season. He thinks that it should be based off a percentage of the minutes in a season, like 70% of the minutes or 75% of the minutes in a season to qualify, because this would allow players who are playing 35 minutes a night to still play less games and get the rest that they need to still be an all-star caliber player without hurting themselves to try to win awards. I think a couple cases of this are Luca, Cade, Ant. They're obviously should be nominated for awards. I think Luca could have been a contender and Cade for the MVP this year, but because they didn't play 65 games, even though they played heavy minutes in those games that they played, they won't be eligible for any awards this season. Um,
So
what are your
it's
thoughts?
protecting the players that don't play as many games but participate uh more in the games that they play.
Yeah. So if you
Okay.
play like six, I think the
Yeah.
example that Wembanyama used was somebody who plays like 60 games, like 30 minutes a game. They should still be able to qualify because that's more than the 65 games, 20 minutes. That's more like percentage of the season uh,
Yeah.
than that would be. So I think that's his argument. And I think it is a really strong argument to bring up against
I
the
think
NBA there.
I think it's a good argument. I don't think the NBA would ever kind of go for that because their main goal is to get engagement in every game that they possibly can.
Yeah.
So if guys aren't playing as many games, they're just playing like a lot in a specific game, then they don't get as much engagement for those games that they can. So keeping the 65 game rule can it like kind of persuade players to push through, and it's not good for the players. I 100% agree with Wembanyama's take here, but I don't think the NBA would ever do it just cuz they don't care about their players getting injured. They care about their the amount of engagement and views they get on
Yeah.
games. But then again, they got to think about like if these players are getting injured and they don't have them for the playoffs. The playoff games are less exciting, and then their
Hmm.
engagement goes down. So it's a whole balance they got to do. But I like Wemby's take there. Um, yeah, because some of these guys are missing out on awards that they could definitely bring home if
Yeah.
they just stayed healthy.
And I think honestly this could lead to a another NBA lockout potentially.
Hmm.
If the players are feeling unhappy and Adam Silver's not willing to change the rules, you could see, maybe another NBA lockout, which would be fun to see. Um,
Yeah.
but moving on, now we're talking about the MLB, Dav. Tell me about the Red Sox and how they've been heating up a little bit.
Yeah. So, good news on the Red Sox side of things. They're looking a lot better than how they did when we last spoke to you all. They've gone 4-1 in the last 5 games that they have played. and the lineup has been cooking. They've been producing a lot of runs. 9 runs today and 7 runs yesterday. We're recording this on Sunday, by the way. So 9 runs Sunday, 7 runs on Saturday against the St. Louis Cardinals, with multiple contributions from a few guys in the lineup, like Contreras going 4 and 5 today, 4 for 5 today, and Story also going 4 for 5 today. So and it's great to see Story do well, especially after moving down from the 2 hole in the lineup to the 5 hole. I think that's been a great decision from Cora there to do so. I know that Cora's management has been very controversial recently because of his resting of Roman Anthony, and people are saying we're 14 games in the season, however many games we're in the season, and we're resting our best player. Um, so he's getting a lot of criticism right now. I'm gonna have to watch some more games to see if I agree with the criticism or not. Um, but Duran with a bases clearing double earlier today. Just guys all over the place contributing, who may have gotten off to slower starts to the season, which is it's a great sign to see. And the pitchers are going deeper into games, which is what you need. You built this team around pitchers and fielding, and the pitchers are actually doing it for you. Bayo went 6 2/3 today, or no, yeah, Bayo went 6 2/3 today, and Ranger Suarez went 6 innings yesterday, which is a huge turnaround from how they did their first couple of starts. Um, so really, the whole team's kind of coming together here. The one thing that we still have to worry about a little bit is Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony has been struggling both from the plate and in the field. We all saw the horrendous throw that he made from left field. He knows it. We all know it. It was not a good throw. I think it's something mechanically going on that Kyle Hudson needs to help him with, the third base coach. Um, but something's not right throwing wise. But I still have faith that he could fix it. It wasn't happening last year, so obviously he has a strong arm. He ranks high in the percentiles for uh, outfield velo. So it's not like he has a limp arm like people were saying. Um, he definitely has a strong arm. They just need to fix something mechanically. And from the plate, I mean, he went 0 for 5 today, and he's hitting 200 to start the season. People are worrying. I'm not worrying. He started the season slow last year as well. Everything's fine. Let's settle in a little bit. It's the first few games of the season. I think people are getting a little too, crazy, saying this is your franchise player. Let's settle down. Give him some time to relax, and they look good anyway. So who really
Yeah.
cares?
I'm just seeing here they changed Anthony from from playing outfield to DH to hide his weak throwing ability. Do you think do you think they're trying to hide him to potentially get some trade value out of him, or do you think he's going to be a lifelong Red Sox player?
I don't think they would ever trade him. I really don't. Especially with how the public has felt about the previous Devers trade and how the front office has operated the past year. I think if they trade Roman Anthony right now, I think that all of their fans would rightfully switch to being a hmm, what team? Maybe a Mets
White
fan.
Sox?
I don't know, like just any other team that actually has players and has a front office that's willing to spend for these players. I mean, Mets, they got Juan Soto. They spent a lot for Juan Soto. Red Sox were in the conversation for him, never got him. So I think if they did trade him, it would be the front office just like wanting to get rid of their fans, because they would
Mm-hmm.
know that they would be losing a ton of fans off this, and also a ton of success in the future. I mean, that's the guy you're going to rely on to win games in the future. So I think they're really just putting him at DH to figure out both his swing on the offensive side of things, and then behind the scenes also try to fix his throwing mechanics. But they've also been mixing up designated hitter with a whole bunch of their outfielders because they have a crazy outfield situation with the amount of guys that they have and the amount of guys that Alex Cora wants to put into the game. So it's looked a little strange. I think they should stick to one plan instead of just rotating guys into the designated hitter spot, because no one's going to get into a routine if they don't do that. So
Yeah.
some criticism there for Alex Cora from a lot of the fans, how they're feeling. So
Yeah. And also, do you think Roman Anthony could make his return to the outfield?
oh yeah, 100%. I think he will maybe tomorrow. Like I don't think it's not a long time thing. They're just cycling guys into the designated hitter spot, I
Yeah.
think. Um, but yeah, they look good. They got the Twins, I think, coming up next. They're heading to Minnesota, and then they come home to face the Tigers. So
And
important
Dev,
stretch.
tell me about that game against the Twins tomorrow. I'm not a big, not a good old baseball fan. Are the Twins a good team this year? Are they looking solid?
Well, let's take a look, shall we? So let me just look here. The Twins are 9-7, so
Mm-hmm.
they're an above 500 team, and I'm not sure who the Sox are facing tomorrow. As in pitcher, let me just check really quick. They're facing first of all, we got Garrett Crochet on the mound, and we're facing Bailey Ober. So I think this is an easy win for the Red Sox. Crochet's looked dominant on the mound. I think if he continues and the lineup continues putting up these runs, I think there's no way the Red Sox lose this game, and I think it's a must win personally because then game two you got we would have Sonny Gray on the mound, which is a little
Yeah.
I feel a little less comfortable. But he did have that great start the last game that he pitched. We do have to look out for Josh Bell on the Twins, the power hitter. Crochet's going to have to pitch around him a little bit. But I mean, Contreras has been playing great. Story's been playing great. Abreu's been playing great. I think we match up great against the Twins, and I think very well possibility that we take this series, maybe even sweep, which would be huge. If they sweep this series, I mean, people gotta, jump back on the Red Sox train. I think people left way too quickly. Um, but yeah, very good chance to sweep this next series coming up.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on swiftly, we got a little game segment for all the viewers
Let's do it.
and all those watching. We got the stat line guess with the NBA today. So Dav, I'm gonna give you a stat line. You're gonna throw out some guesses. I'm gonna give you some clues, and we're gonna see if you can get to the bottom of this. All right, you ready?
Okay, let's go. Give me the stat line.
All right. So this player is averaging 18.1 points per game, 7.4 rebounds a game, and 5.8 assists per game. So just based off that, first, any initial guesses from you?
Okay, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I All right. First of all, I'm just gonna say, not the biggest NBA guy, so please do not cook me in the comments if I throw out a terrible guess. Like, dude, this guy doesn't even play that position. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. First off,
Let's hear it.
I'm just gonna go because I need hints. I can't guess this
Yeah,
stat line.
yeah.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna guess Jason Tatum, just because he don't cook me now. Hold on.
Oh
Just
my
because
God.
he got off to a little bit of a slow start, so maybe the averages are still a little bit down.
Hold
Like
on. Let me
18.1.
just
Yeah,
search up his stat line this year.
check his
Let
stat
me
line.
check his averages this year.
Because I don't think I'm that far off. His rebounds are probably higher. His
Yeah,
assists are
you're a
probably
little bit
higher.
off. He's like averaging 22, 10, and 5, but
That's what
um
I was thinking. Like the rebounds probably be higher. But
it's not that bad.
all
It's
right,
not a bad guess at all. All right, so you ready for your first clue?
yeah, give
He
me a clue.
won the Rookie of the Year. Do you want a year on that Rookie of the Year? Or do you just want the
Yes,
Rookie
I
of
would
the
like a
Year?
year.
2021.
I don't know. Who won the Rookie of the Year in 2021?
Oh no, wait, no, not 2021. Hold on. Am I going
What year?
crazy? Um, wait, no. He did not. Hold on.
What?
I think ChatGPT is giving me some wrong facts here. I was like, there's no way. He won it 2021, 22. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
So
that season.
2021 or 2022?
The 2021-22 season. So like starting in 2021, ended in 2022.
Okay.
Just making that clear. Making that clear.
Um. Uh. I I might need another hint. I'm trying to think. Like, was I think I might know it actually.
Let's hear it.
Is it Scotty Barnes?
Oh my God.
Did he
Dev,
or
you
was he
got it.
21?
Two
Is that it?
guesses. There we go. Scotty Barnes
Bang!
averaging 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Uh,
I think that was a little bit of an easy hint because I just had to go back and like think who won Rookie of the Year. I didn't know what year Scotty Barnes won it. I knew he won it.
yeah.
So and the numbers seemed right. But that hint really gave it to me.
Yeah, I think you would have got it off the next hint anyways. I said plays in the city of Drake. Uh,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
Toronto. Yeah, I definitely would have
Yeah.
gotten
Yeah,
that.
you would have got I think you would have got that one
Yeah,
there.
yeah, Scotty Barnes. Shout out Scotty Barnes. Not a bad stat line right there.
Yeah. All
Wow,
right.
is that less than last year? I feel like last year he was.
I feel like this is one of his least efficient years.
Yeah, that's actually now that I'm looking at it, not to throw shade on him, but that doesn't look too good. For Scotty, because I think last year he.
He's averaging 19 last year.
Hmm,
The year before that he was averaging 20. So yeah, I think
yeah,
a
he's regressing
little slow
slowly.
decline, but
Yeah,
he's still a great player.
yeah. All right, time for your stat line guess.
Let me hear
Hopefully,
it
it's a
here.
little bit harder than the last one, and we
Yeah.
get some good hints out there. So this player has 22.3 points per game, 3.1 rebounds per game, and 7.9 assists per game. Who is this NBA player?
Oh, initially, I'm thinking it's a guard of some sort. 22 points per game rings a bell. Um, is this Tyler Hero?
It is not Tyler Hero. That
Okay.
is your first wrong
Okay.
answer. Um, your first clue is he was drafted in the lottery in 2019. So
2019
he was a
lottery.
lottery pick in 2019.
Who was in that draft? Who was 2019 draft? Was that Zion and Trey Young? Hold on. I'm searching this up. I'm not gonna hold on. I'm searching up what year was Zion drafted? Not
All
all
right.
right, yeah, the
I
2019 draft. That was the 2019 draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So lottery pick in that year. Ooh. Um, Lottery picks from that year. I don't remember a lot. Looking at these numbers, it could be Trey Young or Zion. Um, 22 points per game. Wow. Is that no, Trae Young has more assists than that. Is that Zion?
It is not Zion Williamson. I don't know. I feel like the rebounds are way too low for Zion
Yeah, no, you're
at
right. You're right.
3.1
I just had to
rebounds.
get some answers up there.
Yeah. I am going to say, hmm, trying to give a good hint here. He, all right, he is a point guard in the Eastern Conference.
Point guard in the Eastern Conference. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. I think I got it.
Who?
Is it Darius Garland?
It is Darius Garland. Congratulations, Max Lee.
Boom.
You've got it on the
Ooh,
third guess there.
there we go.
Very impressive stat line guesses from us both today. Darius Garland, what gave it away there?
I think it was the Eastern Conference point guard.
Well, yes, because that
Yeah,
is when you got it.
yeah. I don't
I would
wait.
have got.
Hold on, hold on. He's not. He's not. He doesn't play in the East though.
He does. He plays on the Cavs.
He's on the Clippers.
He's on the Clippers.
He's on the Clippers, right? Yeah, no, he is on the
I don't think
Clippers.
so.
He just got traded from the Cavs to the Clippers.
All right,
I
see,
thought he was on the Cavs as well for a second.
there goes my there's a showcase to my knowledge of the NBA there. We will get better at the stat line, guys. We apologize greatly.
Also, I'm
Okay.
looking at his stat line here. That is just not his stat line. He's averaging 19 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. Must have had a bad source there.
All right, next segment. Let's just
we
let's just
really
keep
gotta
this rolling here.
get better at fact checking these game shows. All right. Huge failure. Sorry about that. Let's move on. We got the NFL draft coming up, and our very own Brody Lee Myers has conducted a little list of his top 5 most talented players in this draft class. These are not who he's saying will go in this order because, people need offensive linemen, whatever. But so these are the guys that he think are the most talented, maybe skilled players in the
skill players. Okay, so we're
in
going
the
top
draft
5
class.
skill players.
Yes.
Ooh,
So first up,
yeah.
are you guessing them? You want to guess them?
Do you want me to guess or how
I
are
thought
we
we
doing this
I
here?
thought we just go through the list and see if we agree or not.
Oh, there's a list? Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
there's a.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought I
he
was
had a
guessing
list
these. All
here.
right.
No.
No, let's just go over it here.
So is number 1 most talented player is Fernando Mendoza, which I think is. Oh, Max does not agree with that.
I
Wow.
don't think Mendoza's should be the best skill player in the draft this year. I think the only reason why he is going the first overall is because the Raiders desperately need a quarterback.
That is true.
But I
Yeah.
think without that Raiders need, he would have gone late first round, mid to late first round. I mean, he's not looking at past Heisman's and past first overall draft picks. You're seeing a lot more skill, quite frankly, out of
Yeah.
these players.
I like Mendoza. I think he showed a lot of grit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he definitely had a really good team around him, so that's probably why he looked so good. But he also he showed that he has a lot of skill. I see Brody right now. He's switching up the list on us right now.
Yeah, no, we get it. We get it, Brody.
He removed. Wow.
Wow, that
Brody Myers has just removed
we'll bring that up.
Reese.
We'll bring that up later. We'll bring that up later. Just
Okay.
for now.
Okay, so number 2, Brody has Sonny Styles, which I mean I love Brody. I love that. I think
I love Sonny Styles.
I think he should be behind someone that we just mentioned, but
I think
Sonny Styles.
Arvell Reese should have been your one.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
know how he's an honorable mention on your list here. We'll get to that later, but he, I think, is the most skilled player in this draft class. If it wasn't for Mendoza, obviously, and the Raiders needing a quarterback, Arvell Reese would have gone first overall.
Yeah.
Really skilled. He's a great player. I know you would like him, Dev, being a
Yes.
Ohio State
Yes.
fan and all.
Yes.
But right now
Let's just go through the top 5 and then we'll say our.
No.
All right. So he has Mendoza at the 1, Sonny Styles at the 2, Carnell Tate at the 3, Jeremiah Love at the 4, Trinidad Chambliss at the 5, and honorable mention Arvell Reese.
Okay, hold on. First of all, Birdie, not a shot or anything. Trinidad Chambliss isn't declaring for the draft. Little heads up, he's actually staying in Ole Miss for next year. So, I don't know what the thought process was.
I love the idea, though. I love the idea.
It was a great attempt at making a top 5 NFL picks, but He's not,
Brody Bunting
and
over
I
here.
don't
He
think
said,
even if he was to declare for the draft, he'd be
"Yeah,
top five.
no,
He's
no,
he's
I don't
really
think so
old.
either.
He's really
You
old.
can't, you can't push
Um,
Arvel Reese out of this top 5 and put Trinidad Chimless.
the person who's not even in the draft, you can't
Yeah,
push him into
just a
the
huge
top
mess
five
up.
for Arvel Reese. So we're gonna have to speak to him after this podcast and maybe talk to him, tell him to
But
study
other
up a
than
little
that,
bit
I'm seeing
more.
a lot of Ohio State on the list, which I like. We
Yeah.
got Carnell Tate on there, which I think definitely should be a top 5 pick.
Hmm.
He's just showed he just dominated last year, even with Jeremiah Smith on the same field as him. I think a lot of people,
Yeah.
that's where people criticize him a little bit. Like, okay, you had this many yards and touchdowns, but you had the defense doubling Jeremiah Smith the whole game. And I hear that point, but I also think it takes incredible talent to do what he did last year. And he's just a great athlete. He shows that in every pro day he does. And same with Arvel Reese. I think it's
Yeah.
criminal that you didn't have him in his top 5
I think. Oh,
because yeah, go for it.
I don't think that Carnell Tate should be 3. I would have Carnell Tate at my 5. For my 3, I would actually have Reuben Bain Jr. Even though his combine wasn't the greatest, he has some short arms, which might raise some concerns. I think he's still great edge rusher. I think he'll be drafted top 3 easily. Even
But
with those
nobody likes putting
concerns,
a defensive lineman
we have
in the
Sonny
top 5.
Styles at our 1 or 2 here.
Well, Sonny Styles isn't a defensive lineman.
He's an edge, right?
I think he's an outside linebacker.
Hold on. Now
No,
you're
Sonny
making me
Styles is a safety. No,
he's a linebacker. Sonny Styles?
he played everywhere
Wait,
last
no.
year.
No, Sonny Styles is a linebacker. I thought we were talking about Arvel Reese. Hold on. We
Arvel Reese is
Brody
also a linebacker.
Brody made him an honorable mention. So,
Yeah.
but
no. Yes.
edge rusher wise, if we're counting that as a skill position, I
Yeah.
think it's pretty skilled. It takes some skill to play there, but
It does. It definitely does.
but yeah, Reuben Bain. 4 here for Brody. Jeremiah Love. I would have to agree with that. Jeremiah Love. He's probably gonna go fifth round pick, or not 5th round pick, 5th overall pick. Probably to the Giants.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He's great. He looks great, especially in his last year there. He's been hyped up so much, and he lived up to it for sure.
yeah,
Excited to see how he pans out in the NFL. I think that'd be cool. What a great name too, Jeremiah Love.
that's a great name. But
That's a cool name.
arguably not as great as a name as the person Brody has at number 5 here, Trinidad Chambliss.
Great name. Great name, but he's not
Great
declared,
name.
so.
I don't even think he'd be a 1st round pick if he declared. I don't even think he would. I think he would go undrafted. Brody just said he just
I
looked
see
good
where
in the
Brody's coming
playoffs
from.
here.
Yeah, he did look really good in the playoffs. I was very high on him as well, and then I saw that he didn't declare. I guess Brody didn't see that exact post.
Yeah, staying another year in Ole Miss.
Yep.
So he's gonna. I think
be interesting.
he's gonna bring them to another playoff run again next year.
Yeah.
And after that year, maybe he declares for the NFL draft. If he does, definitely not top 5. But that's
I just wanna
Brody's
look up
take.
how old he is.
I think he's 24.
Yeah, he's 23. Yeah, he turns 24 in
23.
August. So
He's
it was a
old.
good thought, Brody. Like he is old.
He would be entering the league as what, 25-year-old? That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. This is his he's entering his 6th year of eligibility.
Ridiculous
for Ole Miss.
But I think with all that experience, he could be an experienced player. Like a Tyler Schaff. I think he's like 26 right now, rookie season. I mean, he's
How do you say his last name?
pretty old.
Shock?
Schaff.
Shock? I think it's Shock.
Shuck? Is it Tyler Shuck or Tyler Schaff?
Brody, got anything?
Pronunciation. Shuck. It's pronounces his last name as Shuck, rhymes with luck or aw shucks.
No,
It's Shuck.
Brody's saying he thinks it's Shug, but I definitely think it's Shuck.
Oh, he says Shao. It's Tyler Shao. Hold on.
It's definitely not Tyler Shaw.
I'm this is what this Google pronunciation's telling me right now. Tyler Shao. That's what it sounds like.
We're gonna need
It's
somebody
Shuck.
to tell us in the comments how
Somebody,
we pronounce the Saints quarterback name. We're not gonna say it
yeah,
anymore. We can't. We just don't
The
know how.
Saints quarterback.
Yes.
Just moving on here. Honorable mention: Arvel Reese might be the worst take of all time from Brody.
Yeah, he's got to be one or two.
Everyone in the comments, please flame him. Um, Arvel Reese, probably the best skill player in this draft. Um,
When you look at his size and his speed, it's just like
mm,
how is a guy that big
overwhelming.
just getting down there that fast, and
hmm
he's coming for the quarterback every
He's
time.
gonna look scary on that terrible Jets team next year. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it'll be scary when the Patriots play against him. I mean, he's gonna be a
yeah.
menacing monster.
Speaking of the Patriots, we didn't even like plan to speak about this, but
Yeah.
the whole Mike Vrabel situation.
Mm.
Have you seen that?
I have not, or I might have. What is it? What's
The
the
so Vrabel was seen at a romantic hotel with NFL reporter Diana Rossini.
Oh, I did see that. I did see
Yeah,
that.
and
Um,
it's become a huge scandal. Like, where it
yeah.
was this just like a friendly like thing? I think Vrabel and Rossini claimed that like they had like six other friends there, and it wasn't shown in the pictures, because they're both married. So it'd be
Yeah.
pretty big, and there's a whole story about it. I'm sure you could look it up on YouTube if you
Do
guys are
you,
curious.
Dev, just asking you personally here, do you think he had an affair? What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think that goes against everything he stands for personally. I also think I saw something where it was a picture with like a bunch of their friends. Um, but it is interesting. I watched a video the other day, the storyline of it all. Vrabel was there for an Arizona State University like scout day.
Mm-hmm.
So he was there on work, and Diane Rossini was there for like I think the next day they had like NFL meetings there. So they were both there for that as well. And then they went to this like romantic hotel at the same time with like other people allegedly. And these photos were took of them hugging and dancing on like a rooftop.
Oh,
Um, but the photos are very unclear. You can't really get anything from it. So I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't
It's
think the evidence is great enough here. I'm
yeah,
looking at the pictures now. I think they're just talking and walking here. Uh,
yeah. Vrabel said
Simple.
the accusations are quote unquote laughable.
Yeah.
So whether or not he's telling the truth or not, they both denied it. Um, we'll see if anything else is to come. But
Yeah.
Rossini's
And
been the like the top reporter on the AJ Brown situation. Like she's been
oh,
connecting AJ Brown to the Patriots a whole bunch. So there's a
yeah.
bunch of scandals going around on if like Vrabel was trying to persuade the market of AJ Brown or something. It's way above my pay grade, my knowledge. So if you want to discover further, I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there for you.
Yeah. All right. That was a great little segment there on the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Dav, just moving on back to the MLB. Actually, we have a little segment for you. We want, or
Okay.
I want you to build the perfect pitcher using current players from the MLB today. So I'm going to give you 5 types of pitches. Um, for each type of pitch, you have to give me a player that you think has the best one. All right, you
Okay.
ready?
Hit me.
So we're gonna start off simple with the fastball. Who do you think has the best fastball? And if you had to build the perfect pitcher, who do you want to have the fastball of?
Yeah. Okay. So the fastball, I'm either gonna go with I'm gonna go a closer. I'm either gonna go Mason Miller or Aroldis Chapman. I
Uh-huh.
think being a Red Sox fan, even though Mason Miller is, has looked so dominant as such a young player, and his fastball is just nobody can touch it. Like if you get down early to Mason Miller, um, there's no way that you come back. Like if Mason Miller comes into the ball game, you might as well just forfeit. You might as well go home because there's no way that you can put up any runs against that type of pitcher. It's insane what he makes hitters do. But I'm gonna go Chapman. just because I love him so much, and
Yeah.
his fastball is just menacing. I mean, he's
And
he's great to have on the Sox.
how fast does Chapman throw his fastball? Just for all the viewers
He's
wondering.
maxed out at, I think he threw 104 one time, but this year
Oof.
has been like 99, 100. Or I'm
That's
sorry,
ridiculous.
like last year he averages that. But when it's playoff Chappie, he gets up triple digits. Like he needs he needs adrenaline to be able to throw fast. In the big pressure spots, he just dials it up a notch. So it's cool to
Yeah.
see.
Hmm. For sure. For sure. All right. Going with the next pitch here, we have the curveball, the classic curveball.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton
Or
Kershaw. Ooh.
is he? I don't know if you would count this because he's retired basically, but he like just retired.
Well, we'll count it.
I you're gonna count it. If not, for all those not counting it, I'd probably go Max Fried. They both have just menacing curveballs. I mean, Kershaw has a famous one that just hitters can't touch it. I mean, everyone's
Yeah.
seen the clips. Kershaw was so dominant, man. His curveball is legit. I think Chapman's fastball and then mixed with Kershaw's curveball. Yeah, this is gonna be a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Give me the next pitch.
All right. Changing it up here with the changeup. Who do you think?
Change up. I'm going Devin Williams of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
He has the definitely the best changeup in the game. It's known as the Airbender. That's how good it is. It has a nickname. His own changeup has a nickname. Um, so yeah, I mean the drop on it is insane. It looks like a fastball out of the hand and it just drops. It's great pitch. Definitely go with Devin Williams changeup.
That's actually what they called me back in the day. They called me the airbender because when I threw my fork ball, man, it was crazy.
They did.
Yep.
How do you throw a forkball? Give me the grip.
So you get it's like a fork. So you got four fingers, but then you take away two of the fingers because it's a two spike fork,
Okay.
and you really kind
Oh
of want to go like
shoot,
it's kind of like
balloons.
this. It's kind of like this a little bit.
Okay,
Two
like
finger
this, and then how
this.
how how do you throw your forkball?
Like physically, how do I throw it?
Like do you throw it like this? Do you throw it like that?
Hold on.
Like
Uh,
that?
what do you mean?
Do you pronate?
I just throw it,
You just
man.
throw it. All right, all right,
It
all
comes
right.
natural to me, really.
Okay. Yeah,
Back
the
in my
least
day.
menacing pitch ever. You just
uh,
described me a fastball. Like I don't get it.
no, but it's different the way I throw it.
Okay.
Just moving on here to the sweeper. Who do you think is the best sweeper in the league? I think there's one clear answer here.
Yeah, definitely Shohei. Shohei Ohtani is known for having the best sweeper in the game.
Yep.
Uh, just it sweeps. You know, it lives up to the name. Just I don't know what to say really. It's Shohei Ohtani. Let's move on.
Yep. Moving on swiftly here, the sinker. I think this is also one
Sinker,
answer.
yeah. I'm gonna go Paul Skeens
Yep.
with his split sinker known as the splinker. It
Splinker.
is
Oh,
yeah, it's the probably one of the nastiest pitches in baseball right now, which hitters just cannot catch on to. And just having that splitter spin with the sinker mix it's I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how I would go against it if I was a hitter. Um, I feel like I gotta learn how to throw that. That would be.
I
I
think
wonder
I
if there's a
actually had that
video.
in my bag when I played as well. I had the
Yeah, how
airbender
do
and
you
then I
throw
had
it
the
then?
splinker. All right, so it's a mix, obviously, of a splitter and a sinker.
Right.
For all my baseball fans out there. So you go from your fastball, right? So if you want it to be a sinker, you gotta like sink your hands a little bit,
Okay.
and then to split it, you gotta split it a little bit more, but come
It's
together a
kind of
little bit.
true. Wait,
So it's like
like
it's like this, it's
like
something
a
like this.
splitter? Yeah, you split your fingers,
Yeah,
but I don't know about the whole
little.
sinker thing.
It's a little triangle action. You
Okay,
got a
then how do
finger
you
at each
throw
point of
it?
the triangle.
How do you throw it? You throw it normally as well. Okay, there's no like
Yeah,
spin. Okay. Interesting spin you put on that
yep.
baseball there.
Uh huh.
Okay. That's a good way to end it. Max's splinker, everyone. Comment down below if you think you are hitting it. comment down below if you think you were striking out. I'm definitely striking out. That looked way too hard to hit.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all for being here. As always, episode 5 of Split Field Podcast. We will be back next weekend as well. Yeah, anything else to say, Max?
We appreciate all the support, and we'll get working on the next episode as soon as we can. But stay tuned on our clips and get ready.
Signing off.